Hello everyone and welcome to my corner of the world. Today we're going to be looking at using vellum on our cards, and this is the card I've chosen to use today, and you can see that these little flowers have been stamped and cut from vellum, and then if you look really closely you'll see I've used some wink of Stella on there as well, just to give it a little bit more life. So we're going to start with the vellum. It comes in 11 by 8.5 inch sheets, and I've just cut off a strip here, and I'm going to be using the Pop of Petals Stamp set today, and my two colours are Berry Burst and Powder Pink. So I'm going to start by stamping my flowers first, and then I'm going to let them dry for a few moments. So this is the Berry Burst ink, and I've got 3 flowers, so I'm going to do 3 times here. There we go, and that's that for that. And I'm just going to set those aside for a few minutes to dry, and that's because the vellum has kind of got a polished surface, and it does take a few moments longer to dry than cardstock normally would. You could always use your heat tool to hurry it along if you wanted. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start on my background here. And I'm using some of the other little pieces in this stamp set, which are really, it's a really pretty stamp set. And I'm going to be working on with powder pink. So this is a nice sort of swirly piece of fern, and I'm just going to kind of just dot it around a bit like that, and then I'm going to go in with the other one that looks like a little seed head and just bring it out a little more like that, just to fill in a bit more space. Now the other thing I did was I also did the same for the envelope, and then for the inside where you're going to write your message, I did the same again. So I think we're probably done with ink. Move it all out of the way so I don't get covered in it myself. And then using the coordinating punch, I'm going to punch out 3 flowers like that, and then I'm going to cut out these flowers as well. Now I do have a video on how to line up this stamp set with these punches, so that because it's not, this punch isn't and the stamps are not symmetrical. So if you go and look on my YouTube channel, you should see those, and I'll try and put a link somewhere on this video below the video so that you can find it quicker. Okay, so that's that. So with a piece of scratch paper, I'm now going to work with my lovely wink of Stella, and this is a liquid glue and a liquid glitter. So what you'll want to do to use it is, and it's alcohol as well, you just give it a gentle squeeze and it'll prime the brush, and you want to turn these flowers over and put the glitter on the back. That way it will, the ink won't bleed, and also it will give the ink colour a little bit more softness when it's coming through the vellum. Okay, so that won't take but a few moments to dry. So I'm going to set that to one side as well. So then I have my card base, and this is just 11 by 4 1/4, and scored at the halfway mark, 5.5. And I'm going to use some liquid glue. I prefer the liquid glue, but you can just go ahead and use snail adhesive if you prefer. And make sure it's the right way up. I'm going to pop that in there, ready for writing on when the time comes. I'm then going to take a layer. This is powder pink as well, and that's 4 by 5.25. And the layer that I just stamped here and sticking on is 5 by 3.75. And I will have all these measurements on my blog post, and if you just look at the end below this video, you'll find a link to that blog post. And then while I'm waiting for everything to dry, I'm going to go ahead, and when I can find them, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. This is just the edges of a sheet. They work just as well. And I think I've got a new sheet over here. So here we go. Like that. And I'm just going to stick this to the back of, oh sorry, the front of my card. Making sure it's the right way up. Now I did go ahead and stamp my greeting, and I've just layered it onto a piece of powder pink, and got some mini dimensionals on the back. I'm just going to pop it just there like that, and now hopefully my flowers are dry. So I am going to be working with glue dots on this stage, and I'm going to be using a new tool that Stampin' Up have just bought out, and it's the Pick You Up tool, and I'm going to be using, she says optimistically, this ball tool. So I'm just going to take that one out, and I'm going to be popping that one in like that. And I'm also going to use my piercing tool, so I'm not spending a lot of time chopping and changing out. So I'm going to be putting a glue dot on the back of my flower here, and just setting it and offsetting it like that. Oh, I didn't pick one up that time. And I could use the little pointer on this tool. That would work equally as well. So now I'm going to use this ball tool, and I'm going to put it in the middle, and I'm going to push really firm to cup my flowers like that. And then get my card back in, and this time I will take that out, pop this one in, there we go, flip my flowers over, and then I'm just going to place them like that. And then my final one, I'm just going to pop him up on a dimensional. Re-bring the cupping in, just snuggle it in like that. And then my final touch is a pearl. Let's get all this out of the way. So I'm going to swap this tool out, and we've got this little spatula, and it'll just help bring out the pearls. Pop them in the center like that. Press them down firmly so they don't go anywhere. And there we are. So there's another way of using the vellum cardstock. I hope you've enjoyed this card, this technique, and using the Wink of Stella on it. I thank you for joining me today. You can follow the link below to my website, where you can find the supplies available so you can make this card alongside of me. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you, and bye for now.